What's up, guys? It's Richard here, and I'm bringing to you right now the new Nuketown 2025 trailer from Treyarch and Activision. And so for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it play normally, and then I'm going to go back once it's done, and we're going to see it again, except I'm going to stop and talk about some of the things that are similar, that are different, what I might think of this or that. And so we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to show you the trailer right now, and I will be right back.
Confirm target, guns hot. Visual friendly. Tally target. ASC's entering our friendly grid coordinates. By Air Force 90 seconds out. Broke hard.
Pre-order now and get the Nuketown 2025 bonus map and access to the double XP launch weekend.
Alright, now that the trailer is done, we're going to keep going, but we're going to go back and then we're going to see and stop at some of the scenes that I thought was kind of good to talk about, and so here we go. Okay, so we stopped right here, right? Now, right now, we're looking at, I believe, Mason's house. And if you don't remember from the Nuketown and Black Ops 1, that each house had a mailbox that had the names Woods and Mason, so each house belonged to either Mason or Woods. And this house that we're looking at right now that's in the middle is actually Mason's. So we're looking at the new house of Masons in the year 2025, right? But if we can, as we can see, it's exactly the same, just looks brighter, looks different. That's pretty much it. And besides all the other new surroundings on the outside, that doesn't really matter. Okay, if you look at the bottom left, it's the same little garden part from Black Ops 1 Nuketown, right? We got those stairs that go up into the house. We got the two doors, one that goes into the garage and the other one that goes inside the house. So in this case, it's the exact same thing. It stays the same, and there's still that little shed there that provides cover. And on the other side, you can see that little like greenhouse, that little glass house. I'm thinking it's a greenhouse. That's all I can think about. And that's mostly it. And if you can see above the greenhouse a little bit along the fence, there's like this little open area that doesn't have a fence near that little dome type of thing, that where the RCXDs can go to. But of course, no one uses the RCXD, but that's still worthy of noting. Alright, so I think that's pretty much for this. Everything was futuristic. This is um, Mason's house, and everything's mostly the same in this part of the video. So let's keep going.
Confirm target, guns hot.
Alright, so we stop right here to talk about three things. Number one is on the left side you see the house of wood, so this is how it looks all in the future in 2025. All futuristic and crap, right? And of course you see the mannequins at the front door, and you see the little mailbox that most likely will say Woods, or in case they changed it since it's been so many years, right, to 2025. It might not be even Woods anymore, but that's there. And on the right side, you see the truck, of course, that was there near Woods' house. And we see that it still has that little open area where you could just jump in and either go right to through the back or through the other side that also has it open. So that's there as well. And also, if you look all the way down in the middle where the fence is, before in Black Ops Nuketown 1, Black Ops 1 Nuketown, it had, from this point, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of barricades, like not necessarily barricades, but like something that helps block or hide you, right? And it also looks like the fence is extended outwards, because if we remember correctly, the fence actually stopped near where the little ladder to go up to the second floor is. So that's kind of strange as well. And it's also good to note that if you look at the house, where in the first Nuketown, it had open windows that you could just knife through, right? But it doesn't look so clear. It looks like there are curtains hiding it, right? It looks like there's curtains that you can't see through it. Whether that's just a reflection because you can't see into it, or that's just how it is, that you can't break and enter anymore. But I highly doubt it's like that, because from what it looks like, it's kept the same mechanic. So the fence seems a little bit extended with less cover, and the top of the house also looks kind of strange when you see the window. So that's there, and the nice little explosion in the background to make it all look pretty. All right, so we just passed the staircase, which is kind of great. We I don't know which house it could be. There's no indication to see which one it is. If anything, it could be, which one was it? Mason's house. That's how it looked due to the due to how it looked on the outside. That's how I believe it is. And we also passed the two exploding cars that look futuristic, so that's also great. But now I stopped here for a reason. Now we're looking at the back of Woods' home. We saw the how it looked in the front. Now we're looking at the back, which again is the exact same thing. We got the stairs to go up. It doesn't have the little roof. At least it does not appear to have a little roof as it did before, even though it was barely anything. On the left, you can barely see it through the smoke, but again, there's an entryway there, and a little bit left, no, I'm sorry, right to the iron sights, there's those little barbecue areas from Black Ops 1. That was like a barbecue area. Now that looks just like a regular counter or whatever. And that's mostly it for this picture. And you could also see how the fence is back. That's great, the fence is back. And it looks brand new, of course. And I don't believe we've seen this large machine gun before. It doesn't show the name, of course. It never does, unless it's the actual gameplay. But I believe that this is new, or if not, it's very similar to one of the other ones that we've seen. And that's mostly about it for this picture. Okay, so here we got a bird's eye view of Nuketown, right? And if we see it, we've seen it before, it's the exact same structure. We saw the back, we saw both houses, we saw the truck, right? How it's opening, we could see it there too on the truck. But now we see the middle part of the map, which again is the exact same thing. We got on the left, we got those two houses that make quite a weird angle with the car. We also got on the right side that one car with the barricades that explodes. And the truck and bus are in the exact same place that they've always been. So there's not a whole lot new with the design of the map, other than visually. But the design of the map itself, on how what's where and what can you do, where can you move around, that's nothing has really changed. Not a whole lot. Very, very minimal. And that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing. If you loved Nuketown before, you might practically love this one also, if it's the exact same thing, which it is, now visually. And we have yet to see the bus really good, but I doubt that they made any changes to that. So that's mostly it for this picture. Again, I also see back where I was talking about the whole, not a whole lot of what next to where was it, Wood's house on the top. You don't see a whole lot of places to hide as it was before. It's kind of more exposed. So that's kind of what I wanted to drive in home with that. And we see the cars already exploded on the left side, so let's keep going. Okay, so the reason I stopped here is kind of because this scene specifically, this section, has kind of got me a little bit baffled on where it is. Like, I have an idea, like, since we see on the left side we see the beds, and on the right side we see how the wall is going to the right instead of going past us or behind us. It's going to the right. So what this indicates is this is how the new room of Woods' home on the second floor, where everyone loves to snipe across. This is that room, the room with the double bunk beds. That's exactly this room, and this is how it looks. It looks pretty interesting. I don't really particular understand the design choice. And if you look behind the enemy, if I remember correctly, there were a bunch of desks, there were books, bookcases everywhere. And here it's kind of, you can barely see anything, of course. We're not in that room. But it's more clear, it's more space, more open. So maybe the dynamic inside the rooms has changed. The level design hasn't, but maybe the dynamics in the room definitely have changed. And that's also something I wanted to drive home. And the reason I didn't stop on the one before, because there was a scene that they were in the house in a room, is because I couldn't differentiate the houses. They were in one of the kitchens, so I would say that was the one, probably Mason's house. I can't go back now and show you, unfortunately, but if you saw it, then you know what I mean. If not, then I suggest you going back up a little bit and you see them inside the kitchen. I believe that that's Mason's. That's the one with the garden in the back, and that's where I truly believe it is. So I believe this is the last picture. So I'm gonna let it play again just to finish it off. And I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. So peace out.
Pre-order now and get the Nuketown 2025 bonus map and access to the double XP launch weekend.